What's up, guys? It's Matt with Mojo Racing, and today we're going to talk about the race car. So before I really started tearing into the car, I thought it'd be a good idea to kind of level set, give a good once over, go through, front to back, top to bottom, what's on the Jeep, what I plan to change, what needs to be fixed, what needs to be updated to pass tech. It is an older build, even though it's still tagged Ultra4. There's definitely some safety stuff, first off, I want to handle, and second off, just maintenance wise, that I know I want to take care of to get me to the finish line. So with that in mind, here we go. So this was originally the 4550 of Jay Calloway, or the mall crawler, if you remember that build back in the day on Pirate. It is a 2000 Jeep Wrangler. It is tagged, titled, insured, registered. I still drive it on the street to work quite a bit, almost daily if the weather's nice. Pretty solid build overall. It definitely needs some updating and some maintenance items done. So I've got quite a bit of work to do to get it ready. So starting with the front end, axle, suspension. It is a Spider 9, so Ford 9-inch center chunk, 48 gears, ARB, air locker, running the PSC Hydro Assist. It's got the Ford style outers, unit bearings. They've been re-drilled to run the Jeep pattern. It is a 3-link with a panhard. It's a custom lower aluminum that have been turned down. We'll move around to the side and take a look at those. They're beefy. It's currently running the Curry style Johnny joints. The upper is a Clayton arm that's been lengthened. I don't know if you can see it up there good or not. It has 1310 U-joints on it. That is one thing I plan on upgrading. I'm going to at least 1350s, probably 1410s. I do have one axle seal leaking here on the front. The drag link is also aluminum, pretty beefy. The front diff has taken a little bit of a beating. Not sure how much of that is me willing and how much of it's from Jay racing it, but I plan to plate that up as well and give it a little more strength there and try and repair that. For shocks up front, it is Fox 2.5-inch coilovers with external bypasses. They're kind of mounted up here outside the hood to get them out of the heat. Running some 4-inch air bumps on both sides. I've thought about putting bypasses on there, but the packaging is honestly a challenge. So I think I'm just going to run the single 2.5-inch. See how it does. One, it's a lot of money and time, and two, everything on here already is built and clears, and I don't really want to go down a rabbit hole or let this thing snowball and get out of control as far as rebuilding it and getting it up and running. So I think those are going to stay. They're definitely going to come off and get rebuilt and then go for a tuning session. All right, moving on to the rear suspension now. It is a Curry Fab 9. It is not trussed. Not sure. I might do a little bit of reinforcement there. I don't really plan on hucking this thing a whole lot, but it is definitely an area that could use an upgrade. Again, 48 gears, ARB air locker, Curry, Johnny joints everywhere. It's a triangulated 4-link. Let me see if I can sneak under here and get a good view from outside in. But yeah, there you go. Again, running aluminum lowers and square tube uppers. Not sure on the Johnny joints if I'm going to keep those or switch to Hammers. This thing is driven quite a bit on the street, so it is really nice having that style of joint there. I know Barnes has their Enduro joint. There's a few other companies that make some. But I might just service those and run them in the race. I might switch to Hammers. That's still being contemplated at the moment. Again, it has 1310 joints both at the axle and at the transfer case. Again, really leaning heavily towards 1410s there, but at least 1350s for the race. All right, moving on to the rear. You can see the Jeep's been kind of back half just behind the driver passenger seat. We are running a 2-inch Fox internal bypass coil carrier with a 2.5-inch body triple tube bypass, and again 4-inch air bumps. Pretty beefy sway arm back here as well. The shocks, again, both coil carrier and the bypass will be coming off to get rebuilt and tuned. But overall, pretty solid suspension. I've been happy with it the few times I've been wheeling. Haven't done a whole lot of off-road at, like a race pace. But definitely hoping to get some driving time in and slide this thing around a little bit before the lake. All right, wheels and tires. We are running Raceline Monsters. 17-inch with a 37-inch hand-cooked Dynapro. Currently, I know there's some broken bolts. I think right now every single corner of the car and the spare has a few broken in it. But we do have the stuff to replace those, so it'll be done. Tires are a little used, at least some of them. I think 2 or 3 are used. The other set I have are brand new. These came with the Jeep. That's what I'm planning to run right now, unless we'll see what can come through in that department as far as help or sponsorship, or if we find something else we want to run, or if we trash all these out wheeling. We'll need new ones. All right, under the hood we have, I know it says Corvette, but it is an iron block. I don't know, it's kind of hard to see down there. Iron block 5.3 with LS1 cam and top end. So it had an LS1 in it. That thing got kind of smoked, so ended up swapping most of those components over to an iron block 5.3 and running it. It makes pretty good power. It'll get up and go. It'll hear again the PSC reservoir for the hydro assist system. Still running kind of stock TJ brakes. There's the compressor for the ARB air lockers. We've got our horns up here, aluminum radiator, the trans cooler, power steering cooler, you can see there in front, and then underneath it, it's kind of hard to see, but it's tucked down in here, is the transmission cooler. That's another area I plan to upgrade. I've noticed when I've been out wheeling, the radiator temps seem to do fine, but once the trans temps start climbing, the radiator goes with it. So I think my plan is to put a dedicated trans cooler on it, mount it back under the car behind the seats with its own fan, and give the radiator a little more airflow and give the trans a little more cooling. I think that'll help the system out quite a bit. So moving under the car now, it's got a Tilden pan on it. Pretty nice little piece, honestly. I've got the skid plate pulled off. You can see the mount for it. Just up here, it's got an engine skid that runs from just in front of the oil pan all the way back and attaches to the belly pan back here, but still has the stock kind of 6-liter style flex plate and torque converter to the 4L80 between that LS, that 5.3 LS. I do have a billet flex plate I plan to put on it. It's a little bit heavier, should help on the bottom end with that extra rotational mass. Looking into torque converters, not sure I want to do there. The trans is still electronically controlled. It's not a manual valve body or anything. It's a completely stock 4L80 with a little bit of a tune on a stock GM computer. So don't want to go too crazy. I definitely want to keep the drivability of it on the highway. And All right, for a transfer case, we have a Advanced Adapters Atlas 3.0, so it's a 3-to-1 reduction in low range. No plans to do anything here. I might pull it apart or pull it out and just make sure it doesn't have any leaks. But I've had zero issues out of this thing the whole time I've owned this Jeep, just over a year and a half now. Wheeled it a few times, driven it a lot on the street, and this thing's just been not a peep out of it. Alright guys, I think that's it. That's it probably for this week on the Jeep. You know, again, I just wanted to level set everybody on this thing, talk through the plans, get a good summary of what this thing is and where it came from. That's it for the Jeep. Let me know if you guys have any questions on it. I'll try and answer them, or maybe shoot some more content or throw something out on Instagram or Facebook.